to start a Let's Build of Minecraft. I have just created a brand new world, and I think what we're going to do is learn some of my building techniques and how I design a lot of my structures. One of the things I'm most well known for is my castle builds that I have done in the past, and I think this would be a great opportunity to just kind of start all over. Start from the very beginning here, fresh, brand new world, and try to find an ideal spot for a new castle. And maybe eventually expand this thing into an entire medieval village. So, first things first, we need to find a very ideal spot for a castle. Now, there are a couple of things to consider when you want to build a somewhat realistic castle. First things first, a castle is built for defense. So you need a very defensible location, preferably something near a body of water, maybe inset into a hill. And don't mind a whiny dog, that's always a highlight. And he's a very old beagle who has a lovely little bladder problem, so she whines a lot. Anyhow, number one, defense. Wow, that's a beautiful looking floating structure there. I have a feeling the world kind of broke right over here. We'll move on. All right. Yes, defense. So, in this case, I think I really want a mountainscape. I really want to have a castle kind of inset into the mountain, kind of built as if the castle was a part of the mountain. That really, really appeals to me right now, and I think that is something that I'm going to be looking for. Well, this has potential. Okay, we have water. We do have water right here. So this is a good highlight. We have a lot of trees, so very, very foresty, which a lot of it will be chopped down if we end up having a little village. But over here we have a little bit of a hill. That's nice. Hello chicken, how you doing? And I like having this middle part right here. This kind of opens up for having the main entrance. Nice little courtyard possibly, and then each side here could have a tower, and then maybe having a gate kind of along this area. That has potential. This definitely has potential. Let's see how big this hill is on the other side. Let me kind of jump up here. Up. Okay. So, so this kind of opens up to a flat land. That's interesting. Oh, hello. Okay. So, over here is flat land, however there is a continuation of the water, and looks like it kind of dips a little bit over here. Cows. This is a pretty good spot overall. Okay, we have a couple different biomes here. I think... Oh, hello. Swimming pool. Possibly be a pretty good swimming pool right there. Okay. I think we have a winner. Alright, so yes, first of all, I am in creative mode. So overall, I'm not really here to do a survival. I'm just here to kind of show you some builds. This is something I could do. I could certainly do um, as a survival motif here, but overall, it would take much longer. And I'm just kind of here to show you how things will progress. Oh, what do we have over here? Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, that last spot was good. This is much better. Okay, we have water on both sides. We have this lovely little dip over here. And let's see, looks like we have another one over here. So this, yeah, this is very ideal. Alright, we got our spot right here. So I think what we'll do, we can have docks maybe over here, or should we, how much water do we have over here? Let's check out. Looks like we got some sand. Oh, okay, this is, alright, this is our body of water, this is our ocean. So as a ship, if we have a ship come in, can kind of dock over there. And then we could open this up a little bit more to offer a better docking situation. Alright. Gotcha. Alright. So we'll have a dock over here, have a little bit of a walkway kind of meandering over here, and this is where we'll have our castle kind of inset. Okay, this is good. Alright. So, our castle will be built into the hill. Now we do have some natural openings, which is great. We can have a tower kind of coming up out of here, and possibly over here, and have one on the back side. Alright, so the great thing about building into a hill is it makes it very hard for people to break through the walls. They have to basically dig through a mountain in order to get to your castle. It's extremely defensible as a result. But the only avenue they would have would be where you have the opening, generally in the front. So you are pretty well defended on that front. So that takes care of defense. As long as you have a very good solid front foundation, everything else just kind of takes care of itself. The second thing to consider is size. Kind of used to be a symbol status back in the day. The castle was king's. It was a symbol of how your country or your land was. So it was a status symbol. If you had a bigger castle, you had a more wealthy land. And third thing was the luxury. If your castle was plated in gold, well, that also symbolized your economy and made it look very prosperous. And sometimes it was misleading, but that was kind of the point. They wanted to entice merchants and so forth to enter their village and trade. And as I understand it, a lot of them went broke in the process because they spent all their time building this huge luxurious castle and kind of screwed everybody else. But anyway, we're gonna kind of not be too luxurious. We're gonna stick to the basics, but we're still gonna have a fairly good size. So I think we're off to a good start here. All right. So we have scouted our land. Now that we have an idea of where we're going to build, what we need to do is figure out our size, our shape. How is our castle going to look when it's all said and done? Now, being inset into a hill, we do still want to make it noticeable. When people come from the sea over here and they dock, they want to see a prominent castle from the horizon, saying, here we are, this is our town, this is what we have to offer. So up here at the top of the hill, we want to have, right about here, our main tower. So I'll just kind of put some dirt up here as kind of a symbol of where the center of the tower is going to be, right here. Alright, so that's going to be our main tower, our main turret. And see, I do like having these openings. This is really nice. So this actually could be a small entrance. See, you have the river leading out to here, so you have the major dock on the front side, and in the back side you could have the smaller. Yeah, I like it. You could have the smaller peasants from back in the day. Not really politically correct today, but that's what they were called back then. So, alright, so we got our main tower over here. I do want to have the grand entrance to be right about here. So, we do want to consider our defense. This castle does need to be well defended. So, do want to have a gate so that the entrance will have some protection to it. So what we will do is kind of see this. This is a very interesting area. So it's almost like a natural gate right here. It's really wonderful. Now, do we want to have this? I really feel like this should be part of the castle itself. So we could have a perimeter kind of around. Yeah. Okay, alright. So, taking all that into consideration, if this is going to be a kind of a back exit, we're going to have like a courtyard that kind of weaves around through this natural gate into the front. What I'd like to have is kind of not a fence, but just a wall that kind of wraps around the front. So we will want to have a couple of towers, turrets, and overall we will eventually have an entire wall surrounding the castle itself. I think this will be kind of a good start. So I think we do want to have enough room for the dock. We don't want to kind of go crazy here. So I think if we have wall turret here, and then make sure it's all kind of in a line. Have another one here. Yeah, that's all lined up. Very important to make sure that it's lined. In Minecraft, we do work with 2 dimensions. If we go crazy with the curves, it just makes figuring things out that much more difficult. So if you can keep things as straight as possible, it really makes things much easier down the road. So here, I have another turret. Now all this is currently an estimation. It's just a guessing game right now. I am kind of a stickler for keeping things at exactly the right dimension. So I will create a turret one size and then try and kind of copy the rest of them and have them all the same size and spaced out evenly. So but right now we're just trying to get a good ballpark of what we want to work with. So we have a straight line right here, so we're going to go ahead and curve. This will be our front. So we're going to kind of go at a 45-degree angle and kind of go from there. And then we will move straight back and create that here. Here's our giant turret. This is one of the nice things about creative mode, is you don't have to worry about those skeletons and spiders at night. They are still around, they're still a presence, but they're not going to lash out at you. And I see a couple creepers down there too. Oh wow, that is a lot of creepers down there. Fortunately, they won't hurt you here. Alright, so this goes straight to the river, but we are not going to go any further than the river, so we got a 90-degree angle here that leads straight down. Okay, not bad. Not bad. So we'll kind of do another 45-degree angle here and build up from there. And then let's do another, just keep that angle going. And go from there, and then kind of finish off here for now. So that's going to be our wall. It's going to be a straight line here, make a 45-degree angle, run it across here, continue that line, make a 90-degree angle here, go along to the front side, 45-degree angle, and then straighten it up and continue on towards the back. Now, since we're going to have the docks over here, I think this will be kind of our front. This is where our front's going to be. So as a result, we'll have a road trickling down through here, and I think we'll open up this hill here and make that fence. Make that wall be our entrance, and then that'll lead to the front door into our castle. Perfect. Alright. So right now we only have one tower poking out. This can be our side or our back entrance, and this is our front entrance. So this area here is actually going to be kind of narrow. That's okay. This can be kind of our grand hall, which means our main turret is actually going to be kind of separated. That makes things interesting. So, in a design standpoint, the main turret is actually going to be a little bit separated from the rest of the castle. That's interesting. I might have to think that a little bit more. You know, I will. This is still going to be a turret. We're still going to do that. But it won't be our main turret. It'll just be a secondary one. So we're going to have our main hall right here. And it's going to kind of flow through, and then we're going to have our kind of the king's courtyard kind of over here. So that means this back section will kind of be the living quarters. So that makes it ideal to make this area right about here. Well, this can be our large tower right here. Perfect. That is very ideal because it does offer a great view into this biome right across the river where all the pine trees and stuff are poking out. And you can see it wrap around. Looks like the sun's about to rise. Oh, look at that sunset. Sunrise. That is beautiful. This is really shaping up to be a great site. I like it. So if you can kind of imagine it here, you see the walls kind of wrapping it around, and then it will continue along pretty close to the river over here, and then wrap around towards the back. Okay, I like it. So we'll have the grand courtyard, the grand hall. We'll have kind of the king and queen throne area where they hold court. And then we'll have the living quarters behind it. And of course on the first floor we'll have the kitchen, the dining hall. And then where this main tower is going to be, this is going to be more or less the living quarters. I think we're going to create a large circular tower. And maybe put a couple balconies and stuff. We'll kind of get into that later. And then, over here towards the other side, we'll have a smaller tower. And it's pretty ideal. This smaller tower does face... Oh, hello, chicken. Think you just gave me an egg? Yeah, there's an egg. Thank you, chicken. This smaller tower would be great because it does face towards the front. It also is a great view of any kind of ships that might be approaching, and it offers as a perfect venue for a guard tower. You could have an archer kind of up on top over here, maybe even have a cannon. Depends on the style of the castle, time period. If they had cannons back then. We can kind of play with that a little bit as we kind of rock along here. What is this? Okay, that was just, yeah, getting distracted here. This is interesting. Wow. Eventually I might end up chopping this whole area off anyway, because if we're going to place the docks here, we need enough room for a large ship to be able to approach. Okay. Anyhow, Alright, so we have one tower over here. We'll have the main tower over here, and then the guard tower over here. And it also feeds in very nicely to the wall that we were building. So we could actually have the wall connected to the guard tower and actually feed into that. We could have a path along the wall that guards can walk back and forth and along the entire perimeter of the wall, and then go into the guard tower, which then feeds into the rest of the castle. So that lines up very nicely. I think this area offers a really nice looking setup here.